Hey, happy Sunday. Was going to bring a question to y'all that was put to me during the week, which is what exactly is mental health? And it got me to thinking about the idea that we divide and categorize things so much, mental health as opposed to physical health and well-being. And I think that my answer has to be more all-encompassing than just those things that are your mental processes. Uh, your mental health, from a holistic point of view, has a lot to do with everything in your life, everything inclusive, including what you eat and your sleep and everything else. And as a whole picture, these things are all sort of combined in and wrapped around each other. If your mental health part of you is suffering, it literally bleeds over into your physical health. And for a lot of people, your physical health connects back into your mental health. I like it to the idea of the analogy that when we describe our breathing apparatuses, we're very contained, and that we like to say, our lungs and our trach, and this air comes through our nose, and we somehow leave out the fact that part of that whole exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide is linked out to a tree, and the tree is actually part of our breathing system. Without it, we wouldn't be able to breathe. And so they're all one system, but we like to chop things off. So when I talk about mental health, I like to include the whole thing, the whole shebang bang, put it all up in there. Because the things that you're doing on a daily basis, figuring out if it's cause, correlation, what's going on. Maybe you being sad and depressed, you don't get out and exercise as much. And it doesn't have to be fancy exercise. It could just be walking, going somewhere, walking with people, riding your bicycle. When you don't do those things, your physical health comes down, and it also affects your mental health and well-being. In fact, the more you do those things, the better you feel. So which came first, the chicken or the egg? Yeah. Fortunately, you don't have to wait until you're feeling better, which is the funny part I always hear. People will tell me, well, I'm going to go out with friends when I feel better. And I'm like, well, wouldn't going out with your friends make you feel a little bit better? Yeah, but I want to wait until I feel better. Well, what if that's the thing that would make you feel better? Then you would already be with them and you would have accomplished your goal. It's right up there with people telling me I'm going to go to the gym after I lose weight. I'm like, go to the gym, you'll lose weight if that's what you want to do. The thing is being able to also pick and choose and say that these things are worth it and I'm willing to give up these things. A lot of times we ignore, and we purposely put out of our mind doing the things, like something as simple as drinking enough water. We ignore it. I mean, I've actually had people tell me I don't like water, and I'm like, well, you better find a substitute, because that's most of your body is water. You ain't going to make it long. People will tell me, I don't like vegetables, and I'm like, oh, come on, there's got to be some vegetable you like somehow. you know eh, Finding a way to have a holistic picture of your health. And when you're working on improving your mental health, you're working on improving your physical health. Now, you don't have to get out and run 10Ks and swim, 8 miles and all this. Just the little things you do to improve your physical health and well-being. And this is never so much tied in as now that we're realizing things like anger. Carrying around anger for a long time causes problems with your heart, your circulation. It causes heart disease. It contributes to your body breaking down. Being sad or depressed can be very debilitating for your health. Then having bad health can make you very depressed. And again, see how we're doing this loop. Mental health is all encompassing for me. Now, a lot of times people will focus on physical health and totally ignore their mental health, which is not a good idea either. Yes, you've got all the physical elements in there, but are you, taking time to, focus, relax your mind, do the things that will help your mind think clearer and stronger? Are you, This is where the problem comes in of getting too lazy and depending on machines and devices and things like that to do everything, that we don't actually stress our own brain just a little bit to think and memorize. And we start losing that precious ability to memorize things. And that's very important. It's, it keeps your brain active and it keeps you from, losing those bits of memory that later on you're going to need. Because you may not be thinking about it now, but when you start getting 50, 60, 70, you're going to wish that you had put a little bit more exercise into your brain. You may be physically healthy, but mentally you're hurting. And so again, it's an all-encompassing picture. Part of good mental health is also having someone to talk to, your social life. Now, you don't have to have a huge social network and hundreds upon hundreds of friends, but you do need some friends in some form or fashion, because that is part of your mental health, your social connection to people and to animals. It's very important. People ask me about pets, and I'm like, yeah, pets can be a very important part of your mental health, and that they give you something to lavish and show love to and to talk to and things like that, for people who may not be able to get enough of the real people interaction. It's not a total substitute, though. The same way as a lot of people will come at me and go, well, my social media is my connection to people, and if I don't have my social media, then I won't connect to anybody. And I'm like, I think it's great that you have some connection, but it cannot totally replace physical proximity to other people, being able to read other people. That's part, that's exercising your mental acuity, is being able to go through and recognize when people are happy, sad, frustrated, body motions and movements, being able to read that language. That's all part of exercising your mental self. Your brain is doing things. You also get the connection of, friendship. Friendship is very important for your mental health. You don't have to have a ton of friends, but you need to have some. And you need to be able to distinguish, what kind of friend you want. One of the classes I was given when I was talking about boundaries this week was the idea of having friends and having different kinds of friends. Having friends that are just acquaintances, friends that are just casual friends, friends that are close friends, and friends that are best friends. Having each one of those layers it's a constant game. It's like a little shell game, because some of the people that come into your life may be very close, and then at some point they shift out and they move in the acquaintance range. You know them, you keep in contact with them, but there should be some other people moving in and becoming your best friends, or becoming at least closer friends. And you have all this combination of things going on. Every individual is different in how many you need and how many you want, but that's part of your mental health. So we have the physical, the exercise, the getting around, the sleep, the food, the social interaction with others, all those things. And then also comes the important part of understanding how your mental makeup operates. Why is it that you get to be the way you are as far as feelings, and everything from anger to sadness? There's a whole range. Having that full range of emotions is healthy. It's when that you get stuck or you get into an extreme, then it becomes more unhealthy. People look at me when I go, being sad is healthy, and they're like, no, I thought we were supposed to not be sad. I'm like, no, there are times when you should be sad. Things happen in your life that you have that range of expression of being able to feel. That's why some people will watch a really good movie that has a sad ending, so that they can, bring that emotion out and have it contained in a safe space. Even being a little upset, angry, there's a place for it, as long as you don't let it get out of control, as long as it isn't damaging your life and other people's lives. And there's a little bit to the worry and stress, a little bit of worry and stress. That's why they say when you lift weights, you stress a muscle and you push it, and you push it further than it's gone before. And as it repairs and heals over, it becomes stronger and stronger. Friendships are the same way. As you go through tough situations with friends and you stress the relationship slightly, it allows the relationship to repair. Now, where there's a problem is people that have had such major eruptions in their life, bad situations, friendships that went horribly wrong. Well, that's like a muscle tear. Now that's hard to fix. It takes time, and it may never be the same, at least not with that person. That does occur. Understanding that, though, and understanding it happens is also part of getting over it and moving on. So when you ask, what is your mental health? It's broad, and it includes basically everything, because you are a whole person. And as a whole person, all parts of you are contributing to the individual things in you that are important, your mental, your physical, all of it. Okay. I hope that kind of sort of explains it. It's easier to put it in a video. If I sit here and go through that with somebody when we're having a conversation, they're going to be sitting there going, hopefully you're not doing that now. It gives you an idea, though, how important it is to have all the other things in your life, to have friendships, socialization, and time for exercise. And that really is, there's 24 hours in a day. You have enough time to do all those things. And if you notice that there's a problem, it's probably because you're lopsiding it. You're investing a lot of time in one activity versus balancing them out, because balance is very important. So keep that in mind, balance your life, purposely include things, including time with friends, time with nature, walking outside, getting that into your life, variety in your foods. What else can I tell you? Those are the secrets to good mental health. It's something you should be practicing every day. Okay. I hope you have an awesome Sunday. I hope this answers the question for the person who asked it. And if you have any more questions or whatever, don't be afraid to send them to me. I'll do my best to answer them. And if I can't get you the answer, I'll find somebody who can. Y'all have a great day.